That'd be too short. After dinner with our Keiichi watch TV, I climb into the future in my bedroom and hit my head with the talking about groovy reports. I don't really trying to hear and thinking everything. I got a bit of a country accent to see they had a clean brush with me at the time, but I had this really been the right choice. The more I look back on it, the less I understood what Big Chen was saying. Not only did she know about Takuma-san and Takuma-san himself, but she spoke of them as if she were a concerned party. After all this time in my futon, I began to tremble fearfully. Had I been lured in by Rikki-chan's sweet smile and told her things I shouldn't have? I should have continued to feign ignorance. I shouldn't have shown her such a weak side of me. My emotions are a mix of regret and fear, and they color the darkness of the night with an additional layer of terror. Suddenly, a knock. I'm out of the others. That's how surprised I was. Who's speaking? Yeah, just need to confirm. Keiichi, I've been calling your name for a while. You have a phone call from Sonozaki-san. Who's that? I reached out with the cordless phone through the gap in my door. Sonozaki-san, which one? The older sister or the younger? I don't know. Ask her yourself. I took the receiver and buried myself in my food on again. Hello? Neon? Or is it Shion? It's me, Shion. Good evening. I practically jumped out of bed. It was Shion who I hoped so desperately would call me back last night. Shion, sorry about last night. I got all riled up. I heard what sounded like a deep sigh on the other end. You and me are in the same position, aren't we? I shouldn't have blamed you for anything like that. Sorry, so please cheer up. I called you because I'm in a bad mood. You're sorry that I'll forgive you, so please stop apologizing. Shion's tone still sounded a little angry, but for the moment she said she'd forgive me. You're right too, we're tied to the same thing. Making sure the other's alright is the only way to guarantee our own safety. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely need to share whatever information we have, so that we don't die like Takuma-san and Tomo-taka-san did. Nope. I forced myself to swallow a solid drop of saliva. Then let's continue where we left off. Let's somehow get angry this time, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's like suns switching moods. Firstly, it seems sneaking in a ritual price was more of a taboo than before. Takuma-san and Tomo-taka-san's miserable ends terrible enough that you could call them a warning. They were more than enough to make me believe that. The culprits killed those two, the ones responsible for sullying the storehouse, and they'll come for us next. I know you want to deny that, but please accept it. It'll be too late to believe me after you've disappeared, okay? I got it. You could never be too careful after all. I don't want to accept it either. To think that sneaking a peek in that museum of torture devices gives a death like that, I don't want to believe it. That's what a taboo is. Can you imagine again those words mixed up? Taboo and tattoo. Or maybe it's bound to happen. People have find really stupid tattoos. I imagine someone somewhere in the world has got taboo literally just written on there. Just like tattooed on their arm or some shit. For those who honor it, if one breaks the taboo, no matter how small or innocent their intentions were, they wouldn't be forgiven. Let's report anything we notice that seems strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then just maybe we'll find out who killed them, or maybe even the truth behind the incidents of the previous years. We could find the key that'll resolve everything. You're right. You're right about that. All I was doing was waiting in fear, but Shion had already thought that far ahead. Given how trustworthy she felt, I became embarrassed over how passive I was being. Then I'll start since I just yesterday. I feel like somebody's been watching me lately. What? It might be my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but you feel like you're being watched too, Keiichi, and then Maybe it's not just my imagination. Well, don't worry. At the very least, everything has been fine for me. As I spoke with Shion, I thought back on the day. I had no grounds to say that everything was fine. I see. Then I suppose it was my imagination. You be careful too, Keiichi. Be especially careful when you're by yourself in public. I'm in Okinawa, so I won't be alone very often, but you live in Hinamizawa. There will be a lot of times you'll be alone. Please be extra careful. Right. Yeah, be careful. Also about my sister. Has she been acting strange lately? Your sister? Oh, Mia, right. What do you mean by acting strangely? Well, yesterday, she came to me and asked me where I was on the night of Watanagashi. What? She asked me too. The day before yesterday, I think. Leon asked me. I see. I told her I wasn't there. What did you say? I did the same thing. I just dodged the question. But first gave a quiet sigh of relief. Ever since the night of the festival, my sister's been acting strangely. We can't be too careful, so just be aware, okay? Leon was acting strangely. Aside from her asking me about the night of Watanagashi, she hadn't seemed too out of the ordinary. At least from my point of view. Her twin sister, I was saying she was acting weird. Maybe it was such a slight change that a stranger like me wouldn't be able to notice. Got it. I'll start being careful. I'll always have Rena with me on my way back from school, so I shouldn't end up alone with Mion very often. Please be careful. If there's anything that's bothering you, you can tell me. Alright. Well, you should first ask the number. Okay then, is there anything you want to tell me, Keiichi? My turn. That's right, maybe I should report on Oishi-san asked me the same question at the library. Oh, that time when you were too slow to escape? Yeah, Oishi-san asked me pretty forcefully whether I was with Taki-san and Tomitaki-san that night, and whether I'd seen you. Oishi-san seemed to have seen the four of us together. From the police's point of view, that would make us the last people who had seen them. I suppose given that it's only natural that they'd be interested in us. I evaded the questions then too, but that might have just made them more interested. There was no way I could have tricked that sly old fox Oishi-san. My troubled would have only made him even more certain. Hey, Shion, since they're the police, shouldn't we just tell them? I mean, considering our situation, I think having them on our side would be a good thing. Shion didn't answer right away. For a few moments, all I could hear was her breathing as she thought about it. Now that I think of it, Oishi-san said there was something possibly shady about Mion. I used to think that's what he said. Wait, no. Now that I think of it, Oishi-san said there was something possibly shady about Mion. At least, I think that's what he said. Yeah, he definitely did. As I explained yesterday, the Sonozaki family holds a lot of influence over Hinamizawa. Oishi is under the impression that the whole village with the Sonozaki family at the center of it all is responsible for the recurrent tree thefts. The whole village is behind them, the Sonozaki family at the center. Please don't get angry like you did yesterday and just listen. I hammered that home before I got too upset. During the Hinamizawa dam wars, the priest who everyone was anticipating to lead the anti-dam movements acted as though he were unrelated, so the Sonozaki main house rose up to take charge. My sister told you about all the battles that happened, right? Yeah, all of Hinamizawa got together and fought as one. The protests brought to the court and even appeared on TV. In reality, there were many things that happened that were far more extreme. Under the surface, the Sonozaki main house was doing all sorts of illegal things to oppose it. They were acting illegally. For example, they would sneak into the construction site in the middle of the night and steal equipment or break it, or put sugar cubes in the gasoline tanks of the construction vehicles. Sugar in their gasoline tanks? Why would they... You don't know? It's practically the representative guerrilla tactic. It was used by underground organizations in France in World War II. For one, I mean. When you put sugar in, the engine gets burned out and breaks down. That's pretty bad, though, isn't it? It was destruction of property and nothing less. When they beefed up the guard at the construction facility, the family turned to attack any important construction personnel who worked there. The government officials who had given permission for the construction, for example, received all kinds of threats. Not just people from the prefectural office either. Apparently it's reached as far as the Ministry of Construction. As far as I've heard, they even kidnapped a child once. Kidnapped? Yeah, the child of an important person in the Ministry of Construction who was in charge of Inamisawa Dam got spared away. Then one day, all of a sudden, he was rescued in the Takatsuro Mountains, which are upstream from Inamisawa. Apparently there were never any criminal accusations, but people whispered that it'd been a threat to drop the construction from happening. Besides that, there were stories about so many different threats that I couldn't possibly list them all. That's sort of bad, isn't it? Right in the middle of the whole thing, the first incident happened. That's when the dismemberment of the construction manager occurred. People whispered that the Sonozaki family had pulled out the principal offender, but of course he fled and they still haven't found him. Nice to put it that way, the Sonozaki family definitely seems suspicious. Alicia Sad even seems to think that the criminal was erased so he wouldn't talk, which is pretty reasonable of him. It's even enough to make me think. The Sonozaki main house is doing some really shady things behind the scenes, even though I'm related to them. Are you telling me to believe that? That's the Sonozaki main house where Mion lives, has done all those bad things. You tell me to believe it? Even if you don't, Keiichi, and the villagers do. While they oppose the dam in upright and lawful ways, the Sonozaki house did the dirty work for them. Everyone believes that they fought out the front, so they'll take the brunt of the criticism. So they're respected as sort of heroes of darkness. I think I only really know one part of it. For example, the really bad stuff like the kidnapping, I think only a handful of people even know about it, including Grandma. The Sonozaki family is secretive after all. Secretive, huh? The family's so unforthcoming that even Shion, who is related to them, doesn't know everything about them. Sonozaki family. Unlike Shion, her older sister Mion was deeply involved with everything, and that was not a fun thought to retain. My sister, though young, was the one who acted as the center of the illegal resistance movement. Mion was? What do you mean? Well, our dad is a big shot Yakuza. Even when she was little, my sister managed to subjugate a bunch of young street rats. Then she played all sorts of tricks on them and just generally got in their way. Mion did that? That's just pretty laid back, so it might be hard to imagine. They put her in charge of everything from property damage to threats and even acts of violence. Well, since she was a kid, they could get her released pretty easily. She learned that her age could be used as a weapon. May have been indiscreet, but I couldn't help but chuckle dryly. She may have been young, but she was certainly still Mion. Even back then, she had already been known for her craftiness. Just picture a young Mion just raising hell like that. It's nothing to laugh about. Please, take this seriously. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Shiona had gotten pretty angry at me. Well, delinquency soon got her into a position of authority in the Sonozaki main house. So unthankful that I wish she suspects them for the dismemberment incident, and the later ones too. For a few moments I was dumbstruck at the tales of Mion's past. None of them matched the image I had of her. A younger Mion getting her hands full of sorts of crimes, giving the damn construction project hell. As a successor to the Sonozaki main family, she was always right at the center of the vortex of strange incidents occurring year after year. Is that really the Mion I know? Maybe the one I know isn't the real Mion. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't bring myself to accept these images of Mion I was hearing from another person. Well, back to the main subject. I just want you to know that my sister is someone worth being cautious around. Please, be careful. I didn't want to understand. Mion was a fantastic friend. She would never do something to back me into a corner like that. did ask me pretty harshly about the night of the festival, but even that wasn't like she said it in a mean way or anything. Alright, I'll make sure to be careful. It's just us related by blood, but we're in the Sonozaki family. We're basically of a different class. When do you recognize how distant they are from me? Please. The more Shion tells me about Neon, the less I understand who Neon is. The Neon I know wasn't a dangerous person, except during games. She joked around, smiled a lot, and was full of passion. Now that I'd realized I held such a view towards her, Shion was telling me to change it. To be careful around the best friend ever. To doubt her. The idea was very sad and painful. Now, about Oishi, if you think it's a good idea, then I think we should give him the information he needs. I think getting the police on our side will work in our favor. You thought so too, Shion. It's just, at the moment, like I explained, the police have their eyes on the Sonozaki family already. Oishi in particular completely believes that they're the masterminds behind serial incidents. That includes me, of course. So, I don't really want much to do with Oishi. I see. If Oishi-san had found out about the Sonozaki family's strife-filled history, then he probably wouldn't be very happy with Shion either. At last I understood Neon's instinctive dislike for Oishi-san. It's probably out in the open at this point, but try not to give my name to him. If we agree to that, then I don't think there's a problem with you telling him anything. I got it. I won't mention your name. The police's investigative abilities should be quite a reliable weapon for us right now. If Oishi tells you anything interesting, then let me know as well. Yeah, of course. We'll share information and investigate together. Who killed Takuma-san and Tomitaki-san? Who's after us? So we know we need to defend ourselves. Anything else? Besides what Oishi told you, I mean. If anything has happened, no matter how minor, please tell me. Aside from my discussion with Oishi-san. There was, also. Oh. Should I tell her that I revealed everything to Rika-chan? Rika-chan was acting like she knew something I didn't. She told me to leave it to her, but what? Ah, that's right. When I was talking to her, I mentioned Shion's name too. Was that a mistake? I felt like Shion would get angry. Nothing else. Keiichi-chan. I'd remained quiet for a little while, so Shion encouraged me to speak on it with a bad silence. As I struggled with what to say, Shion addressed me instead. Doesn't sound like it, so so can I ask you something? I just heard this myself. Is it true that old man Kimiyoshi went missing? The old man Kimiyoshi? My gut told me that was the name of the mayor. You mean the mayor? Wait, Shion, you haven't heard? I don't know anything. I just overheard my dad talk about it on the phone again. I realized I shouldn't have said that. Couldn't hint me out of things that happened around this time when oyashiro-sama's curse would occur, would all be covered up. Yeah, actually last night after a meeting he didn't come home, so all of Higurashi was confused. The search all through the village, but if they found him then I haven't heard. Not gonna even remember it, Keiichi, how you got the phone call from the mayor's son, I guess, asking about it. The police should be searching for him as well. Why didn't you tell me something that important right away? She shouted angrily at me, bringing all her emotion to bear. Sorry, Shion, I can't emote that well with my voice acting, especially not for a female character. Sorry, I thought you already knew. I didn't want to hide it or anything. Reciprocal silence. Did Shion get mad again and hang up? Hey, Shion! Hello! Kei-chan, what should I do? Shion's tiny, confused voice sounded like it belonged to a different person than the one yelling a few seconds ago. What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? Shion hesitated for a long while, but then she confessed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide it. It was just that, well, the conversation got turned around and... We're on the same side, right? I don't get mad, so tell me honestly. Shion still hesitated for a few moments. Then, in a resigned voice, she continued. Old man Kimiyoshi, I told him everything. Shion seemed to think I would yell at her right after she said that, so I heard her catching her breath. Contrary to what she thought, I was a little relieved. Shion had done the same thing I had when I confessed everything to Rick-chan. So in as gentle a voice as I could, so as to not set her off, I responded, "Old man Keiichi, someone you feel comfortable confiding in, Shion." "Yeah, he would when I was little. He was real nice to me." Shion felt the same pain as the rest of us from the mayor's disappearance. She had a different kind of strength from Mion, and as she continued, her voice sounded truly sad and pained. "All I did was play tricks on him, but he would always just smile. He listened to anything I had to say. You're such a kind person." "Calm down, Shion. It's not like he's dead, right? Or lose heart so easily." Shion didn't answer her. Even as I said it myself, I didn't think we'd ever find the missing mayor again. We probably wouldn't even figure out if he was alive or dead. Shion must have been thinking the same thing. That night I told the mayor, until we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also that someone saw us and was out to get us. Does the mayor know how absurdly Thomas-san and Tomasaki-san died? Yeah, he knew about it. I told him that they died by oyashiro-sama's curse and that I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it straight out. Right. What then? The man Keiichi didn't get angry. He smiled then and told me that if I was properly sorry about it, there's no way I'd be deemed away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. Until Shion stopped sobbing, I was unable to find any words for her. I couldn't imagine what kind of person the mayor was, nor what Shion's relationship with him was like. Words of comfort, however, mean so much to us when we're about to be crushed by anxiety. Today, Rick-chan taught me that too. If someone who gave me such a sense of security were to disappear, then I could guess what kind of shock Shion was in. It's my fault because I revealed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No, it is my fault. I told him everything. Old man Keiichi found out about everything. So he had to have been killed. It was right after I told him, after all. He disappeared the same night that I confessed that he told me everything was going to be all right. He found out. So he became involved. I should have never told him. All of this should have just been our fault, only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have told someone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I revealed it. Hey, stop. If they were doing that, then they would have obviously killed you before killing the mayor. You're all wrong. You or I should have been killed first. Why the hell would someone else get killed first? Oh, it's in order. It must be planned to kill us last of all. What? Not killing the first person who came to mind. They start by killing those we're close to, and then after they've caused us so much pain, they will kill us. That must be what they're doing. I said calm down. Shion, you're in shock. You're panicking. The mayor's disappearance has nothing to do with it. It's unconnected. It's not related to Takana-san and Tomasaki dying at all, either. My words came out as a scream, as if I were shouting them at myself. No, it is connected. It just has to be. I told him, so he was killed. He got killed because he knew. I confessed to him, so he got killed. She repeated the same thing as before, as though she were in a delirium. Despite my trying to console the crazed Shion, for some reason the shadow at my feet began to freeze. From that shadow, a cold arm reached out so cold it seemed like it would freeze even my heart, just by touching me, and grabbed my ankle. The heat generated by my body, the arm was absorbing it. It was a horrible chill, a freezing cold, numbingly frigid. It was an inward chill of fear. Though I sympathized with Shion, I had been naive in thinking it was something only she'd have to worry about. In my head, Shion's eerie words repeated again and again. He was killed because I told you. He was killed because he found out. Like it was everything. So he was killed. Those words echoed through my head like a monotone mantra. And finally, those even repetitions took on meaning. The quiet shaking Dadari overtaking me, turned into a violent shiver that shot up my spine. Rika-chan! It's Rika-chan! What? What did you just say now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-chan. Today. Rika-chan? You mean Rika-chan? The one from the Fruity Shrine? Yeah, Rika-chan. I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika-chan. When you did, what did she say? The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika-chan said, and then she smiled. She smiled just like the missing mayor had when he encouraged Shion. I'm sorry, Shion. I'm worried about Rika-chan. Ah, right. If you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Just go find out while she's safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you again tomorrow at the same time. When I do, you'll know I'm still alright. Got it, so I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry. I'm hanging up. I put down the receiver app, waiting for Shion to say goodbye. The danger to Shion and myself was secondary at this point. My sixth sense was blaring alarms in my head. I don't like this feeling. It's really bad. It's definitely bad. Damn it, please be safe. We can chat! Higurashi, when they cry, Watanagashi. Tips. And any second. Come on, I know it's gonna be an achievement. There always is one. Where's my damn achievements? I don't say it. Look, I'm just gonna save anyway. So, shit just got real there, didn't it? I mean, fuck. Told you, man. This one's even more kind of like suspenseful and just like than Onikakushi, and that one was pretty fucked up as well, wasn't it? And like I said, the fourth question arc is the only one that's pretty mild in comparison, because it's pretty simple and quite short. That isn't necessarily simple, but there's not nearly as much as this kind of chaos and like horrifying shit going on. Well, I won't really spoil anything about it. I'll just say the fourth one is kind of tame. But anyways, I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.